welcome in this basics Photoshop tutorial. So if you've never used Photoshop before, don't worry, I'll start from the beginning. I'll just show you some basics so you can get started. You can just click around with me and just follow everything I do, and we'll end up at something like this here, this weird little flying dog. It's not perfect, it's just something that's not too hard to do, so you can get started and actually create something immediately. After that you can go on with your own assignment, and this won't take too long. If you have any problems, make sure to contact me and I'll try to help you out. Okay, for starters, hopefully it worked out for you to download Photoshop. It should look something like this. It might be a little bit different. There's a lot of different versions. I have the 2019 version. The 2020 version might be a little different, usually not much, and it won't give you any problems. Usually. If it does, we'll figure it out. Okay, to start. You won't have anything here. It probably give you an opening thing. So I'll give you a quick look around for what there is, or maybe I will start with making a new document because you might not see everything yet. I'll throw this one out for a bit. This may be what you're seeing instead. So click on create new to create a new document, and then here you're supposed to make a choice. This is a little hard because you're not sure what to use it for. When you know whether you're making something for the web or you're making something that will be printed, choose the following. For now, I'll stick to photo, and I'll choose a standard version, landscape. You can also pick everything yourself. There's one thing I want you to know, and that is when you use something digitally, you use the RGB color code, and when you use print, I'll show you. Somehow this is not working automatically, but if you're supposed to print something, always make sure you choose CMYK color, which is just a difference in color coding. I could explain more about that later, just not now. Just make sure if you want to print it in the end, choose CMYK instead of RGB. For now, pretty much everything is fine. This is just something to test. So I'll go with landscape 4x6 and I'll click create. Now, this is what Photoshop looks like. It gives you a clean paper and lots of buttons everywhere. This part might look a little different for you. Wow, I'm stammering. Let's start with the basics. On the left, you'll have the toolbar. There's lots of tools here and lots more behind them. So everything with a little white corner will give you extra options behind them. Then if you pick something like, for instance, a text button, a text tool, you'll get extra options with that in the top. So here you can choose the font, the size, stuff like that. Then on the top, even more over there, like the menu, this could be useful at times when you can't find something or you don't know the shortcut. You can always find it here. If a window on the right side is not there and you need it, for instance layers, make sure you always have the layers panel open. If you don't see this panel, go to window, and then you can find all the windows here. So if you don't have layers, you can open it here and it will appear somewhere around here. So make sure you have the layers panel. The rest will just pop up whenever you need it and you'll find it. Okay, you know what? Let's get started. I uploaded a little something for you on the portal on Photoshop. I'll have to check that. But this is what's in there. There's a couple of pictures that I'll be using, so you can use the exact same pictures to just finish the same product and get it along quickly. And I put in a little PDF with some basics, mainly what I just said about a document. So choose a format, but also look at what you'll be doing. Will it be on paper or digital? If digital, choose RGB. If on paper, choose CMYK, color mode. But even more important, the shortcuts. These are just a few shortcuts that you'll probably be using a lot, and some of them you may already know from other programs. So zoom in and zoom out with plus and minus. I use Command with everything because I'm working on a Mac. If you're working on a PC, try Control instead. So for zoom in and zoom out, choose Control plus and Control minus. Then if you want to select everything in a layer, choose Command A. For copy, Command C. Paste with Command V. And if you want to transform or scale something, choose Command T. So just on your keyboard, use those shortcuts. If you want to deselect something, sometimes when you're selecting, you have this line and you can't get rid of it. Try Command D or Control D and it'll be gone. If you want to go a step back, use Command or Control Z. And if it's not going any further than one step, sometimes you'll go back and forth if you try it more than once. If that happens, try Command Alt Z and you can go back more steps. So this you can just place somewhere, maybe even print it, so you can look up these codes easily. After a while you'll know them by heart. Okay, for now we'll be opening these images. You can do that from here or even drag them onto Photoshop. I'm not entirely sure if this works on Windows. I think it does. You can just grab one and put it on the Photoshop icon and it'll open in Photoshop. The other safe way to open these images is just to go to File and then open, find your little map. This is not exactly the one you have, so let me see, this one. And open all the others. So the background, the dog, the bird, and the glasses. And you should see this. Have them all in tabs on the top of your screen. If it's not like this, if you have it split or anything else, you can look at Window and then Arrange. And here you can pick the way you want it to look. So use the one on the bottom, consolidate all the tabs, and you'll have tabs like I have. Okay. Well, that's the start.